Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from End Ohio's Parent Penalty. Today I want to talk about a type of discrimination that disability families face every day. And it's a term that really needs to be part of our conversations: blood blame. Blood blame is the stigma attached to parents or family members of disabled people based on an old, harmful belief that a child's disability is somehow a punishment for the parent's supposed moral failings or sins, or even a punishment from God for some reason. It's the idea that the parents of a loved one with a disability did something wrong to deserve it, or must be bad people. This is, of course, offensive to the person with the disability first and foremost, but also to the family members. Now, in the past, blood blame has been associated with many different religious traditions, but it's also something that people who don't have children with disabilities do to make themselves feel superior. So they say, oh, that would never happen to me. That would never happen to my child because I'm a good, pure person. Blood blame isn't just a revolting belief or attitude. It leads to serious consequences. Blood blame is the reason family caregivers get paid less than strangers who do Ohio shared living. It's the reason parents of minors have to have home visits every 60 days, even though no other provider does, because they are considered dangerous. Blood blame is one of the most destructive forces working against disability families today, and it's woven right into our public policy. There's a quote I think of sometimes: "Be careful of your thoughts, for they become your words. Be careful of your words, for they become your actions." And the rest is history. We've all seen what harmful ideas can do when they take root in policy. Blood blame starts with this mindset, but then it seeps into the words and attitudes of people in power. It worms its way right into the public policies that affect almost every aspect of our lives. A perfect example of this recently is the comment from Gary Tonks, CEO of the ARC of Ohio. He was asked why there's currently a shortage of county board service coordinators. Not a lot of people want these jobs. The ARC of Ohio says here that one reason for the shortage is that the government workers don't want to do that amount of paperwork, and that the pay is low, and that is reasonable. That does seem reasonable, I agree. But Gary Tonks also says workers are quitting their county board jobs because of the parents of people with disabilities. He even used a bizarre example of a parent calling their service coordinator a shithole. I didn't even know that was an epithet. Let's take a listen.
And this has been far. The parents are yelling.
305 pages.
It is what it is. And I don't want to work $17 an hour, even if I get state benefits, with someone telling me I'm a shithole. Excuse me.
Not a day goes by that we don't receive a message, call, or post from a frightened Ohio parent who is so scared of their county board that they don't even know what to do next. We certainly don't see scores of disability parents calling anyone shitholes. Do you see that? Are you doing that? What we do see are parents who are scared out of their minds, trying desperately to be deferential, polite, demure, ask for as little as possible, afraid to speak out, begging for someone to step in and advocate for their child because they are too scared to do it themselves. The parents we talk to aren't brazenly calling anyone names, least of all the people gatekeeping their loved ones' services. They're terrified. They're practically tripping over themselves to be respectful. They're letting the government perform unannounced searches of their homes. They're staying quiet about violations, all because they fear retaliation and losing services for their children. And this isn't a one-off comment. When the big power players in Ohio adopt blood blame mindsets, they're labeling parents as demanding or disrespectful. Those attitudes end up shaping policies that punish families instead of helping them. And let's be real here for a minute. There's no evidence that any parent in Ohio called their service coordinator a shithole. We know exactly who's doing the name calling because we have it on tape.
Got a couple more. Greedy. Interesting. That's a good one. Greedy in his title. That's a
Disrespectful, off base,
lazy.
mental.
I didn't see it. Somebody just wrote it.
With Ohio's county board employees talking about parents like this, and the ARC then claiming that it's us who are scaring them off, well, that's a truly chilling tale. So here's my call to action. When you hear or see blood blame, even if it comes from the very top, you need to name it for what it is. Tell the person firmly that blood blame is outdated, unjust, and has no place in modern society. Because we won't see real policy change until people stop using these stigmas to justify harmful policies.